5 tips to speed up your construction project. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about things that you shouldn't do and give you the exact method for what you can do to speed up your project. And like the video and subscribe to the channel because this is a jam, and I'm going to give you the visual in the description below in a beautifully formatted Canva link. But let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about right now. So, if you rush and push and panic, you will finish late. If you work overtime, you will finish late. If you start working too many hours, you will finish late. If you add too many materials to the job site and put it in people's way, you'll finish late. If you throw money at the project to solve problems, you'll finish late. If you increase work in progress on the project above capacity, you will finish late. Any of these pushing strategies, in addition to adding labor above necessary levels, will just slow down your project. There's a couple of key ways that you can speed up your project, which I'll show you right now. Number one, my favorite one, is if you're in a time by location format and you actually see the durations of your project based on your pull plan, you can see what I call trade bottlenecks. And these trade bottlenecks will show you that your line of balance for other trades is different than your bottleneck trade. And you can do a number of things to this. You can split the crew up. You can early on prepare for a second trained and onboarded crew. You can prefabricate. You can design to it differently. You can do a number of things to get rid of this trade bottleneck. But the key is optimize it and your project will speed up. The other thing is, if you're in a time by location format, you will also see what's called zone bottlenecks. So let's say that your durations had been fixed up here and everything has been ironed out, but zone number 3, for some reason, is just more complex, right? It's just giving you a hard time. Well, what's going to happen here, and you can see, is that everything's sub-optimized. Everything on this third zone takes longer. So you need to level that out, probably by minimizing the actual area of zone 3 and leveling that out so you don't have what's called a zone bottleneck. That's strategy number 1. Strategy number 2, on a project, you've heard me do this a lot, but in a time by location format, let's just do this simply here. If you have 2 zones, and I'll just show it right before your eyes, that's 1 and 2. If you switch to 4 zones on your project, and that you can obviously see that all the zone sizes would split in half, so your duration would split in half. So I'll just go ahead and draw this as half, and then the second activity here would be half, and then this would cascade down, and it would be this exact size, and that's all 4 of the zones. And you see this finishes later than if you zoned it down. So this is in perfect proportion. So if you want to speed up your project, the second thing that you can do is adjust your zones, make your zone sizes smaller. And it 100% will work. The other thing that you can do, which is number 3, this is one that I've recently learned. If you have a production plan and you have a need to pull in the duration or narrow an activity or the overall tack time for all activities, you can't crash this like they say in CPM and just add labor, add overtime, and spend money to try and speed it up. That won't work. But what you can do is understand that there's a design process, there is the fabricate, the delivery, and the on-site install that make up that overall work package. And you can start to ask trades, what could we design differently, fabricate differently, deliver differently, or install differently to make this go faster without ever hurting you as a trade? So design to the work package is item number 3. Number 4 in this overall list is going to be pretty simple. In the last planner system, if you have your production plan, which is going to be represented as a norm level tack plan, if you look out ahead 6 weeks to find and remove roadblocks ahead of time, and if you do weekly work planning a week out, and all of this is from an actual pull plan that was collaborated with the trades and coordinated with the trades, this will do more to speed up your project by making work ready than almost anything else. And the last one, and this does work, I want you to know, is that if you have work in progress here and time on the bottom, the resources on your project have a capacity line, right? This is their capacity. And you must keep the work in process or the flow of work aligned with or just gently under that line so you can finish on time. But what most construction companies do is they start to rush and push and panic with CPM and EVM and these horrible push methods, or they focus on prioritizing value receiving time in lean thinking, and they increase work in progress above capacity. And here's what they think. They think that they're going to actually get more work done and finish sooner. Nah, that's not what's going to happen. If you actually do this, you're going to end up way out here. So the choice was never between finishing early and finishing with a flow. It was always, do you want to finish early with a flow or late because you've entered into a downward productivity spiral? So there are more, by the way. There are other methods, but these 5 are key and work every time to really help pull projects forward. And I do want to be clear on this one. Aligning work in progress and not doing this is the key. So if you really, really want to speed up your project, identify and optimize your bottlenecks, zone your project properly, make sure you're designing to the work package, make sure you're looking out ahead with the last planner system, and align work in progress to capacity. I'm going to give you a visual on this that I hope you love, but please don't believe the lie that rushing and pushing and panicking will ever help you. It will not. And these are the ways to speed up your project. So please check out the Canva graphic. We'll also put this into a little blog post for you, and reach out in the comments below if you want more information, because we're here to help and we implement these all the time with hundreds of clients. We can't wait to hear from you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.